What's going on, guys? I'm Dan. This is Sin Waters, and today I have a review for you from the house of Kilian. Like to hear what it is? Stay right there. So Kilian just dropped 2 fragrances from the Liquors collection, and I have one of them now, another one on the way whenever they get restocked. And this new release is called Roses on Ice. For the presentation, you have this nice glass looking type bottle with a plaque that says Roses on Ice on the front by Kilian. The top is made out of a heavier, thick plastic. I wish it was glass, but they know the reason why they did what they did, but the bottle itself is glass. And just in case if anybody is thinking about it or wants to know, this is a removable top for your decanting purposes or refilling purposes. And the sprayer, very nice distribution. On Kilian's website, there's only 3 notes that they list, and those notes are cucumber, rose juniper, and sandalwood. Now, what do I get from Roses on Ice? In my opinion, this fragrance is very misleading. Don't get me wrong, it's a very nice fragrance. I'll get to what it actually smells like in a little bit, but roses is not a main note that I get. Honestly, I don't get much rose at all. That's misleading because I was actually looking for a rose fragrance from Kilian that would be in a liquor type vibe, but the vibe that I get from this, which is the main note, is cucumber. In all transparency, I did look at a review prior to getting this fragrance in, and what that person said about this being a cucumber based fragrance, a cucumber dominant fragrance, he was right. I was actually disappointed because I was hoping by the name Roses on Ice that there was going to be somewhat of a pronounced rose in this fragrance, and to me, I don't get that. To me, this is more like since this is in a Liquors collection, I would call it maybe a cucumber mojito or maybe a cucumber gin, which would make more sense because there's rose juniper, which juniper makes gin. So I would figure that this is a cucumber gin fragrance. Don't get me wrong, the fragrance itself is very nice, especially if you are into cucumber scents. Is it a feminine fragrance? If you associate cucumber with being a feminine note, then yes. But to me, I feel this is a very unisex fragrance. I feel this is one of those, like a lemon. A lemon can be very unisex, can be worn by men and women. Or if you were to say this was a dominant floral fragrance, then maybe I'd say yes. But to me, this is a unisex, fresh fragrance. When I say fresh, I mean that in all aspects, which most fresh fragrances don't last long, and this one for me follows suit. Very disappointing for me on the longevity. Maybe it's the time of year, I don't know, but it is a very fresh fragrance. It is a fragrance that I feel that you'd have to keep on you or a small decant to reapply. I enjoy it, but I'm not blown away by this fragrance. You can get that little greenness of the juniper. You can get the freshness of the rose, if you want to say. What I'm getting out of this is pretty much a cucumber gin, refreshing drink for the summertime. This I feel works perfect for spring and summer. Very light fragrance. It does not project much. It probably projects for like about 30 minutes to an hour. Longevity is maybe 4 to 5 hours for me. I had to reapply quite a few times. It didn't blow me away. If I seem a little bit lackluster when it comes to this fragrance, I kind of am because I was expecting something else, not what I was expecting. It's not a bad fragrance, but it's not a great fragrance. It's a nice, fresh cucumber fragrance in my opinion. If I were to compare Roses on Ice to vodka on the rocks, I'd pick vodka on the rocks any day compared to this. It's not a bad fragrance, definitely worth sampling, but it's not what I was expecting, especially with the name. I think I spoke enough about this one, Roses on Ice. So 1 out of 10, I give this one a 6. Would I repurchase this? No. When I run out, I don't think I would. No, I know for a fact as of right now, I would not repurchase this. Is it sample worthy? Hell yeah. Because who knows, you might be the one that think this is the best fragrance ever made. Definitely worth trying. Everything's worth trying at least once. Not everything, especially not crack. Don't try that. Crack is whack. Stay in school. So there you go, guys. That's my take on Roses on Ice from Kilian by Kilian. of their liquors collection. Have you ever smelled this fragrance? Let me know in the comment section. Would you like to be entered for a decant of this fragrance? Like, comment, subscribe. Boom, you're in. You know what the deal is. Roses on Ice from Kilian, from their liquors collection. Not a bad fragrance. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, still scent the water.